Hey y'all, hey, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kristen and I am on a healing journey with CCCA Alopecia. Today, we're going to talk about something that changed my life and changed the game for me. So if you're struggling with confidence, hair alternatives, guess what? I got something for you today. Wigs, clip-ins, and confidence. So make sure you stay tuned to this video. These are the hair alternatives for women with CCCA alopecia. Hey y'all, hey, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I am Kristen and we are healing with CCCA alopecia. And on this day, we are going to talk about wigs, clip-ins, and confidence, hair alternatives for women with CCCA alopecia. So why alternatives matter is because, first of all, when my hair started thinning or I started noticing finer hair, to be honest, I didn't do much about it but to cover it up. I'm a hairstylist, so I kind of knew what to do. And if I didn't know what to do, I would figure it out. And so basically, I would mold my hair and bond on top of that. I would I wasn't wearing clip-ins at that point, but I would pull it back. I would do anything I wanted to do with my hair, okay? So I'm trying to help you avoid some of the mistakes and pitfalls that I made and did to myself, okay, with this condition. Before I knew it was a condition. So when I now fast forward, now that I know that I have CCCA, I didn't know what to do. Obviously, I know that I'm dealing with hair loss. I didn't want to damage my scalp further, even though I did, but I also wanted to kind of push it back, like it wasn't happening. So I just covered it up in any way I knew how. So I started to learn, though, now that it's important for my scalp to breathe. It's important for me to care for and nourish my scalp properly instead of hiding from my truth. So a few of my choices that I use to walk out in confidence, one of them is going to be clip-ins. So scalp-friendly options. So the clip-ins look something like this. And I make most of my clip-ins. You can purchase them at the hair store typically. But they're a small little, like a little tooth, and they have little holes. And it's open right now, and now it's closed. So that little clip-in is going to serve as your hair. So when I wear this style, that's usually when my hair is in its natural state. And I go ahead and clip it in. I'll insert pictures of me wearing all these alternatives that I will show you. So I make several of these. The downside to clip-ins, though, are going to be a couple of things. The first thing would be with this metal that they're made of, it tends to rust or become tarnished, and that is not ideal for your hair or our hair. So like this one here is tarnished. It's just like a hot mess. I don't wear these anymore, but I still have them. So there's a lot of gook on it. And when that happens, when you clip it into your hair, when you take it out, it causes some friction and you could start popping off pieces of your hair. So essentially you don't want to do that. I hadn't found or wasn't fully aware of silicone clip-ins. And if I find some, I will share them with you guys, because silicone probably would be the better bet because the metal is going to rust. And ideally that is a toxic situation to the scalp and to the body because you're absorbing everything anyway. So that's like a downside of the clip-ins. The other downside of the clip-ins with our hair and the fragility of our hair is that when we put it in and we don't take them out and we keep them basically cutting off that circulation when they're closed, then that causes some more issue and damage. So when I was wearing clip-ins more often, especially in between, like when I would put it here, all the way up to cover up my spot, I noticed later on when I took them out that my hair had thinned even more. So clip-ins can work, but they're not a permanent situation. So don't do what I did, all right? So the downfall of clip-ins would be the texture, the material that it's made of, and then you not undoing it or taking it out so their hair and your scalp can breathe, okay? But other than that, they are a great temporary alternative. They're lightweight, and And here's some other examples of clip-in styles. So then I call these toppers, showstopper toppers. And I've made these. And so these are all bonded onto a net, and then I sew on the clip-in. And there are various sizes for the various styles that I'll create. And so again, I'll insert these pictures. So that's one there. And here's another one. It's a bit larger because of just the style. All right. So again, the downside to this would be the bonding glue, because that will be close to my scalp. And so if I do sweat or something, that glue can transfer into my scalp. So that would be the not so good side. That's why, again, they're temporary alternatives. And this one here, this was a kind of like a side, I don't know, I'll show it to you. So these are human hair here. And then I'll get to my wigs in a second. I'll get to my wigs in a second. So those are my clip-ins. So you have like the toppers, and then you have in between like wefted clip-ins. So you have a couple of choices. And I typically will take 2 tracks and sew those 2 together to get more thickness and then a more density, and then I'll put the clip-in on that. Glueless wigs. So wigs are a great alternative. The glueless I feel like are better because you can take them off at night. The sew-ins can work, but I talked in the previous video about tight braids. You have to be really careful about the braiding. Then you got to be careful about the thread, right? So there's so many levels to the sew-in, so where they're not ideal, especially in this particular spot, if that's where your spot is. So the least amount of pulling, traction, or whatever that you can have there, the better. So with the wigs, right now, for the most part, I have synthetic wigs because they come in more a variety of colors. Again, the downside for me for synthetic is that synthetic is a flammable material, and it's not ideal for our skin to absorb. However, it is cost effective, and it was budget friendly, and I like them better. So, but the thing with clip-ins is that, not clip-ins, the thing with glueless is that they'll get frayed and dry at the end and thick because it's like a fabric. So it just, the texture sometimes changes and becomes dry looking. But this one has 2 combs on the side, like on the temple side, and then 1 comb in the back, and then adjustable straps. It also has a breathable net, so that's very important too. So we'll make sure that your scalp is breathing as much as you can. The great side to glueless is that you can take them off at night. Okay, so that's one. Here's another one. It's a long one, long and wavy, but because again, it's gotten drier and coarser on the end, I just bun it up. So this is like a cute little style for something more sophisticated. And then I have had so many through the past, basically I wear wigs all the time. So this is another one. And I will always take my wig and style it to fit my face and to fit me. And here's another one. Middle part combs here, right there in the front. And these combs, you can decide to put, what I usually do is I use a wig gripper like this. I'll put it on like so. And then the comb here, I just kind of place underneath it. I try not to go into my hair to put that on, okay? So if you want to feel more secure, that's how you would do that. And then there's a comb in the back, adjustable straps, and this one's really vented. That's really nice. All right, so those are some of the wigs, glueless wigs, alternatives. You can also do human hair. That's totally fine if you find a human hair wig that you love and that you wear all the time, because some people may not be as maybe, I don't want to call it bold, but just like as bold to change their hair all the time. And that's totally fine. Obviously, you see this. What should I call her? I feel like I look like a Stacy. I don't know. What should my name be? But short hair wigs are very tricky for me because they look like helmets, in my opinion. So I gotta work with them. So I finally am wearing her. I've had her for a long time. So let me know what I should name her. Okay. So, let's take a quick second to just check her out. Okay. Let me know. And make sure real quick that you subscribe to the channel and you are following me and you are on this healing journey with me. Okay. We are doing this together. All right. So then The other alternative, not even alternative, but the other reality is just finding confidence and redefining confidence in this process and through this process. So essentially, I felt like wearing these wigs and these alternatives was like me hiding from the truth. But it's really me accepting the truth and figuring out how to still go outside, right? And still feel good about myself and still show up. So these are alternatives that are helping me show up. And me talking to you is helping me to heal from the shame, and to be bold and to be courageous and brave to talk and share it with other people. So confidence doesn't come from what's on your head. It comes from owning your story. So what's your story? What are you struggling with? What is your area? If you are dealing with hair loss, even if you're not dealing with hair loss and you just find a connection with me, that's totally fine. But what are you dealing with? Definitely let's engage and leave it in the comments down below if you feel so inclined. However, if you are tired of walking and feeling alone, you can definitely come join my private group on Facebook, Soft Glow Society. It is our time to be in our divine feminine, all right? It is time to let go of the baggage and the things that have been holding us back. God is calling us to do a new thing in this earth, and it is time. So I'm calling you forth. I'm calling let those that have ears hear. So it's a safe space for women healing emotionally, mentally, and spiritually through CCCA. I also have some free stuff for you guys. I have 3 free ebooks. They're going to be in the link below. Make sure you check them out. Steps to healing self-doubt and reclaiming your power. And then the self-worth blueprint. So with this, I don't want to call it disease, but this condition, this autoimmune condition, and some they will call it autoimmune. With this condition, you are dealing with a self-worth situation a lot. And it is really a place that we have to heal from. It's a place that we have to get through. And so I want to do it with you. I want you to know that I am here for you. And if you want to work or talk one-on-one, I'm definitely available for that. You can just definitely grab one of those free ebooks, and that way you'll get to that next level with me. Let's connect, let's glow, let's grow. Okay, so join the Soft Glow Society. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Chrissymmetry. Instagram is Chrissymmetry1. I would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below. Subscribe to the channel. Let's love. Let's love life. Let's live life in balance, as it says here. All right. So until we meet again, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.